Hi, this is Lauren Baker with Search Engine Journal here at PubCon 2016 in Las Vegas in the SEJ booth. With me today, I have Mr. Frederic Valles from Optimizer. Welcome, Frederic.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
Likewise, yeah. I appreciate you stopping by. It's always good.
Of course.
So, are you speaking here at PubCon this year?
Yeah, I did a master's class yesterday on the topic of automation and AdWords scripts. It's a little bit of a scary topic actually for people. The moment you talk about code, it's like, oh my God, I don't want to go to that class because it might be above my head as a marketer. But it's actually really exciting, I think, that nowadays all of this technology is not that difficult to use.
Right.
And so one thing that we do at Optimizer is we've got pre-written scripts, and people, if they know how to do copy and paste, they can basically get started with coding. And then
I know how to copy and paste.
You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Nice. And then from that point on, you basically do small modifications. And that's something I really love as well. Is I think up until this point in PPC and SEO, like the tools kind of lock you into doing things the way that they think it should be done.
Right.
But now, because we have these scripts, we give you the baseline, what we think is a good way to do things. But if you want to do it differently, you just open up the code, you change it, and now you make it work exactly the way your agency or your organization thinks about how to do PPC.
Very cool, very cool. So, one question I have is that I think last year Google came out and said there's more searches done on mobile devices than on the desktop, right? So I know how that basically works from an SEO perspective, but what about the world of PPC? How do you have to plan and strategize your campaign differently for the mobile advertising experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think advertisers, for the majority, just weren't waking up to the fact, like you said, that the majority of searches now happen on mobile devices. So Google did this whole enhanced campaign thing, and that's now like 2 years ago, but that was basically their move to say, hey, people, wake up. The shift is happening. If you're not going to start optimizing for mobile, or start even including your searches in mobile, we're going to do it for you. And so advertisers were pretty frustrated because they took away the ability to have specific bid modifiers on tablets, for example. And mobile was included by default. And so now, 2 years later, people have finally, or advertisers are finally on mobile, and Google's reintroduced some options for them. So now you have tablet bid modifiers, mobile bid modifiers. So the mobile bid modifier that existed before, but now you also have the desktop or the computer bid modifier.
Right.
So now if you truly say, listen, I just want to advertise on mobile, you can very easily do that. You just turn off your desktop traffic, or you set a different bid modifier for desktop traffic.
And you set different landing pages and everything else too.
Yeah, so that's kind of the funny thing. You can actually have a mobile preferred landing page, but one ability that Google seems to have taken away was to have a mobile preferred ad. And that was sort of a weird one, right? Because why would they do that? And so I've talked to a number of people, and what seems to have been the case was that even when in the old system, so basically we're talking about legacy ads versus expanded text ads. The expanded text ad no longer has a mobile preferred option. However, what Google looked at with the legacy ads was that most people, when they had a mobile preferred ad, there's only 1 or 2 words difference between the two ads. And so they said you can actually do that using ad customizers. So ad customizers are a little bit more advanced. A lot of people don't really use them. A lot of people don't realize you can use them to do specifically this. So, but that's one option that's out there.
It's pretty amazing. We should talk about you doing a piece on Search Engine Journal about mobile PPC targeting.
Yeah, exactly. I should do one of those again.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, no, I think it's really fascinating what's been happening, because now, because you have these new controls, you can actually think about account structure in completely new ways that just weren't possible even a month ago. And so everything that we hold to be the truth and how you need to structure PPC, what you need to do in PPC, like that's all out the window. At this point, we can reinvent it the way that we think it works best for us, because we have more controls than ever before.
It's amazing. Frederic, where can we find you online?
So I'm Silicon Valles on Twitter. Don't do much of Facebook. I don't think many people in this industry are specifically on Facebook. And then my company is Optimizer, so it's spelled a little funny. There's no E in there.
Right.
But that's where you can find our tools and our scripts that we have. And so we got a pretty cool PPC management suite. We're nominated again for Best PPC Management Software.
Congratulations.
We won it last year. We're hoping to repeat this year.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for stopping by the show and the booth. It was great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to you soon.
Hi, my name is Brent Satoris. I'm here with Search Engine Journal. I'm joined today by Gary Yesh, Chief of Sunshine and Happiness at Google.
That's correct.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
There's been a lot of discussion, I don't know, a lot of discussion, but there's been some decent discussion recent about Penguin. And
I never heard about penguins.
No. Well, they've been running around here chasing you, so. Becoming more of a part of the everyday algorithm, the live algorithm.
Yeah.
And
Today's summit is the 3 takeaways
Yes.
structure.
Yes.
I'm leaving with way more.
I also like the single session format for conferences.
I agreed to be a speaker here because I think above all else the quality of people who attend the meeting. There's something to be said about the fact that you can't just, hey, come. It's by invitation only.
What I've really liked about this speaker is that it's been very well-rounded.